Hi, Rick here for Game Trade Media, and I'm joined by Gretchen, and we're going to be doing a demo today on how to demo KeyForge by Fantasy Flight Games.
Yes.
Are you ready for this?
I'm ready.
All right, so KeyForge is a card game by Richard Garfield, who, as we all know, made another amazing card game earlier in the 90s. Now this game, you are playing an archon, and archons are characters represented by the card here. And each deck has an unique archon, so every deck in that is unique.
Awesome.
Yeah. So you also have 3 houses that your archon is associated or affiliated with, and those are the 3 houses that will be represented in the cards in your deck. So I am playing Samaritus, the austere Fief Smith. That's a long...
I can laugh at you because I'm about to have to read mine.
Okay, perfect. What is your archon?
All right. Lalanrus, the Eminence of Institutes.
Perfect.
Yes.
And based on what Fantasy Flight has said, there are literally a billion plus options of putting these decks together, thus making them unique, every single one a unique deck. So when you're going to demo this game to a consumer, you want to have a field of play set up, big enough for 2 players. Each player will have a deck out of the starter deck. You'll also get keys, because the goal of this game is to forge keys using ember and the keys that are going to be provided in the starter deck. These tokens or these little gemstones are not the ember or the tokens you will receive. We're using these for purposes of this demo. The yellow are going to represent our ember to build our keys. The pink are going to represent life counters, so when our creatures take damage, we can mark them as having taken damage. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to do 2 rounds of play, kind of show you all of how this game works. So Gretchen, you're player 1. All
right, so since I'm going first, I'm going to draw 7 cards, and I'm going to play 1.
And one thing to note, after you've drawn your cards, before you play, you have to choose one of your houses from your 3 houses that your archon is affiliated with. And those are the only cards you can play or activate, unless another card, of course, says otherwise.
So for demoing, I'm going to place them here. So
perfect.
Everyone can see my hand. And then, let's see. Creature. What do I want to play? I am going to play the Mushroom Man.
The Mushroom Man.
I'm going to put the Mushroom Man out there.
Okay. And that house is...
That is House of Untamed, so I can only play Untamed.
Correct.
During this round. And I can't really use anything else right now since it's so much in the beginning. So that's where I'm going to end my turn.
Perfect. So on my turn, because I'm player 2, I will draw 6 cards from my library or my deck. And I will also place them in front of me just for demo purposes. Okay. And I have 3 cards from House Shadow, 1 card from House Brobnar, and 1 or 2 cards from House Sanctum, which are represented by the icons in the top left of the card there. There are creature cards, upgrade cards, and I think I might even have an action card, and those all, we'll talk about those as they come into play. So for purpose of this play, I am going to choose House Shadow, and I have I have 2 actions and a creature. So when you play a creature, they come into play exhausted, okay? So we're gonna go ahead and place this creature exhausted. And also when you play, you have to put the creature on the field, on the front line. You have to put it at either this end of your play field or this end, because when you play the next creature, you're gonna put them on either side of that as you build out your line of. So I'm gonna just go ahead and start them right there on that end. And then my other 2 shadow cards that I am allowed to play are Hidden Stash and Nerve Blast. So Hidden Stash, when I play this, I gain an ember because underneath the house icon, I can choose when you play this, you get to get an ember from your ember pool, and when you do that, you place the ember on your archon card. That is now your ember pool, okay? Once you get 6 at the beginning of your turn, if you have 6 ember, you can forge a key, and you should. But this one, Hidden Stash, says archive a card from your hand, and I want to do that. And I'm going to go ahead and archive the Protect the Weak. So that will go upside down, and it will be right next to my archon right there, because later on with archive at the beginning of your turn, you can pull archived cards into your hand and play them, so you have a much larger hand of play. And it's
Things to think.
Things to think about. It's very strategery. So with my other, so that card will be discarded, and my other one is Nerve Blast, which is an action, which when played, I steal 1 ember, and if you do, deal 2 damage to a creature. Because my opponent does not have any ember on their archon, I cannot steal an ember from them, so I am going to not use this card. I'm going to just hold it in my hand with the other ones here, and then draw back up to 6.
All right. So that makes it my turn.
It does.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and activate this guy. So he's now ready to go. And Mushroom Man gets 3 plus power for each of the unforged keys I have.
So you have 3 unforged keys.
I have 3 unforged. Good starter guy
That's
to
a
start
great
off
one.
with. Yeah. And I am going to be in the house of, let's see, I'm going to say the house of Logos for this
Okay.
turn. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to put Mother out there.
All right.
So Mother is a creature. During your draw card step, refill your hand to 1 additional card. And then I have 2 actions that I'm going to go ahead and I am going to save this one for now. Yeah, because I don't really have a use for it right now, but I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to play the Spectral Tunneler.
Okay.
So choose a creature for the remainder of the turn. That creature is considered a flank creature and gains Reap, draw a card. So I'm going to choose Mushroom Man for that.
Okay.
And yeah, I get an ember for playing Spectral Tunneler.
Okay.
So I'm going to grab that there. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I would hold.
Oh, hold on.
So one of the things about what she has done, because she gave this character here, this creature, flank, right?
Yes.
And Reap, draw a card.
Mm-hmm.
I would do that. So tap him, or I'm sorry, exhaust him to Reap, draw a card. That's now in your hand. And if it would have been another one of the same house, you could play it.
Ooh,
Okay,
crafty.
so it shows that there's a lot to this game. You got to read the cards. You want to make sure that when you play something like that, and you want to be able to activate it, because that actually is a huge benefit. Drawing cards is very important, and so you now have a look at what you have in your hand, which is pretty cool. Now, if you wanted to, you could discard a card from the house that you had, but it looks like you want to keep that one for later use.
Yeah, let's keep that guy.
All right.
He's a pretty strong guy. I like that guy.
All right, very cool. So you would discard the action card,
Yep.
and now draw up to 6.
All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6.
That looks like it would have been a good card for the last turn.
It would have been, but
All right, so coming back to my play, if I had 6 amber, I could forge a key, but I do not. I have 1. Remember, that's what the play of the game is, to forge 3 keys before your opponent. So I'm going to go ahead and choose House Shadow, because I have 3 shadow cards here, and I feel like it's just a really good house to play. I really like it. So I'm going to go ahead and play Silvertooth, which is a elven thief, and Silvertooth enters the play at the ready.
ooh.
And then I'm going to play another Nerve Blast, because I believe you have, or I'm going to play the Nerve Blast that I didn't play last time, because I believe you have an ember over there, so I'm going to steal that from you, And in doing so, I get to deal 2
Rude.
damage to one of your characters. And I really want to do 2 damage to Mother.
All right. Put those little 2 damage up there. Keep track of them.
So also one of the things to take into consideration when you are demoing this game, you might want to have the decks stacked in such a way that all types of cards are seen and all types of actions or activation or keywords are represented, so that when someone sees a play keyword or a before the fight keyword or an archive, that they get to see all of those actions in play. So I would ready Umbra. I would then, I mean, I could attack, but I don't want to because I don't see anything. I can't steal from you with Umbra, so it's fine. I will go ahead and draw up to 6. There we go. So I have, my hand is back to 6. And I pass to you.
All right. So I can go ahead and activate my guys up here. Get them ready to go. And I think I am going to play, once more I'm going to play House of Logos.
All right.
So I'm going to have this guy up here.
What does that say on the card?
So this says Reap,
Okay.
archive a card.
Nice.
So I can archive a card once he's activated, correct?
Yeah, once he's unexhausted, and you can then exhaust him to archive cards.
And then I'm going to play this one right here, Phase Shift. It's an action, and it says you may play 1 non-logos card this turn.
Ooh.
Which means I can go ahead and play one of these guys. So let's see here. I think I am going to go ahead and I am going to play Grasping Vines, and I'm going to make you return that archive back to your deck. So play return up to 3 artifacts. Artifacts. Shoot, I read it wrong.
That's okay.
Boo.
Go ahead and put it back.
Man. Apparently I need glasses. All right, in that case, I'm not going to play that card because it doesn't do what I thought it did. And I'm just going to take that guy and put him up there ready to go.
That's awesome.
So, champion Anafio, and he has taunt. So this creature's neighbors cannot be attacked unless they have taunt.
Nice.
So he's going to watch out for my poor human scientist there.
Perfect.
Now, because I have Mother activated, during my draw card step, I can refill my hand with 1 additional card.
So you can draw up to 7.
So I can draw up to 7, and that's what I'm going to do.
Interesting.
6, and then 7.
All right.
All right.
So on my turn, if I had, the first phase is forge a key. I only have 2 ember, so I cannot forge a key at this time. Looking at my cards, I will choose House Brobnar, which is like a fiery house, and I'm just going to go ahead and start doing what these guys do here. I'm going to play Smash, which is a creature. He's a 5 attack. And when he is put into play, I get to stun a creature, and stunning a creature exhausts them. I'm going to do that to Mother. Mother is now exhausted. War Song. I'm not going to play that. And then I'm going to go ahead and also play Fire Spitter. He has a really cool thing. So before fight, deal 1 damage to each enemy creature, but I don't do that right now because he is exhausted coming into play. But next turn he would be able to be at the ready before fight, do damage. Nothing else happens. I can't do anything else, so I will go ahead and draw 2 cards to add to my hand. Okay. And again, like I said, make sure that you're showing the cards, reading the cards, seeing all the keywords, identifying those, and explaining to your consumer that these are what these cards do. It's very important to read the cards. So
that's going to be forever, isn't it?
no, it's just part of this game. I will also have issues of reading cards. All right, so it's Gretchen's turn, and first thing, can you forge a key?
I cannot forge a key.
All right, so now you go ahead and play your cards.
All right, so I'm going to play Wild Wormhole, and I am going to be at House of Logos.
House of Logos, okay.
All right, so Wild Wormhole, it's a play the top card on your deck, so it's a bit of a gamble. Ooh, and that is Take Hostages.
All right, and what does it say?
So that says, for the remainder of the turn, each time a friendly creature fights, it captures one ember there.
All right.
So this gets an ember for playing it.
Mm-hmm.
Bam, discard that. And then I'm still in House Logos, so I have to fight with these guys
Right,
here.
and you also get an ember for playing the card off the deck.
Yes.
Perfect. It's more for me to steal next turn. All right.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and I am going to fight with Mother.
Okay.
And I am going to go for Umbra. Let's go for that one.
Okay. So Umbra will defend for 2. So Mother will take 2 points of damage, but she deals 5, and that would eliminate Umbra from my field of play. And she's now exhausted.
She is now exhausted, and I get an ember for fighting with her.
No,
Oh,
you
no.
captured an ember,
Oh,
so
I
I give
captured
you
one.
of
Yes.
mine.
That
Which is even
feels
better.
so much better. Yeah, I like that so much more.
And then you also have your scientist-looking guy.
Yep, my lovely scientist man, and he is gonna go after Silvertooth over there.
So Silvertooth will take 2 points of damage, or take 3 and be killed, and you will take 2 from him.
I will take 2.
And he is gone.
And then I steal yet
Another piece of my ember.
Oh, I caught that one.
Yes.
All right, so
That gets discarded.
this is discarded.
That character is
He's
exhausted.
exhausted. All right.
But now you have, what, 5 ember?
4, 5, 6. So I can't have 5 ember.
Yes. So
Cruising.
you're cruising, and I'm just getting beat up over here. All right, so on my turn, I don't have any ember to forge a key. I ready my creatures on the line, and now let's take a look at what I've got on here for my houses. I have 3 from House Sanctum, which are pretty good. But I kind of feel I want to go House Shadow, because if I play Treasure Map, which I will, so it says play, so when I put it into play, if you have not played any other cards this turn, gain 3 ember. For the remainder of the turn, however, I cannot play cards. So I will do that. I will play Treasure Map to gain 3 ember, but that will not allow me to play any other cards, which is fine. I will then draw my 6 and go ahead. Technically, I could combat you, but I don't have any shadow on the line, so I cannot fight you with any of my creatures.
Okay, so
Can you forge a key?
I can almost forge
Almost
a key.
forge a key.
I can taste the key.
All right, the key is
So
within
close.
reach.
All right, so I have 6. Let's see what I want to do here.
Ready your characters.
Ready my characters is a good option. All right, let's see. So, I think I am going to fight House of the Untamed.
All right.
All right, and I'm gonna play that one.
All right, now what does that one do?
I am going to play Lost in the Woods because that's where I'm at right now. And, and I'm going to choose 2 friendly creatures and 2 enemy creatures, and we're going to shuffle each of the chosen creature into its owner's deck. All right?
So you're gonna choose 2 friendlies, so 2 of your creatures.
Yes.
And I'm gonna choose 2 of mine.
Yep, and you only have 2 out.
And they go into my deck.
Yep.
Which is cool. That's a really cool thing because what she can do is she can take the 2 creatures that are damaged
Yep.
and reshuffle them so that when they come back to play, they're fully healed again. And that's a really good card. So these go back into our decks.
Sometimes I read things and make good decisions.
I like it.
But only sometimes. How do you do the fancy shuffling?
Years of practice.
I believe in me and my... Oh, and I played this,
Yeah.
so I get an ember.
All right.
Ooh, I'm at 6 now. Ha-ha.
I don't like that. Not at all.
All right. Damn, and that means I am left here, and I was playing Untamed.
Okay.
So I can still attack with my Mushroom Man, but you don't have any people.
Nope.
So I will, in my turn, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6.
Okay.
All right.
So on my turn, because I only have 3 embers, so I cannot forge a key. I will choose House Sanctum. I will also pull my archive card to my hand. And I'm going to play Staunch Knight. And play that there. And then Protectrix, Knight Spirit, right here, who has the Reap ability. And again, Reap is when the creature is not exhausted and in the ready. I can exhaust the creature and do the Reap ability. And this particular creature's ability is you may fully heal a creature, and if you do, that creature cannot be dealt damage for the remainder of the turn.
Oh,
That's
wow.
pretty cool.
That's a good card.
Yeah. And then Cleansing Wave, I will not play that because I do not have any damaged creatures, but in my archive I had a upgrade card. Now upgrade cards are really cool because what they do is they give your creatures, abilities. And this one is Protect the Weak. This creature gets a +1 armor and gains Taunt. This creature's neighbors cannot be attacked unless they also have Taunt. So I'm going to give that to the Protectrix because he just seems like a protector, right? So I'm going to put him right there. And now he also has Protect the Weak. And because I've played that, I gain an Ember. And then I will draw up to 6. 5 and 6. All right. So this is where we're going to go back to you. Can you forge a key?
I can.
All right,
I can
so
forge a key.
Let's do that. So it takes 6 Ember. And you see on our play mats here, we've got 3 dark circles where the keys would go. So once we get 6 in there, that key is forged. And that is the name of the game, KeyForge. We are here to forge keys. You have done your first forging, and the first person to get to 3 forged keys is the winner.
All right.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is KeyForge. So if you want to go ahead and start showing this off, the demo decks that are going to be coming to the stores are going to have 2 decks, all the tokens, the keys themselves, and it's going to be a lot of fun. This game is going to be an amazing addition to your store. So please enjoy KeyForge, and thank you for watching this demo. I'm Rick.
And I'm Gretchen.
And we'll see you at the game store.